Okay, it's that time of the year again. This is my biannual top 10 favorite perfumes. So essentially, just to make it very simple, every 6 months I go through the process of trying to pick out the 10 perfumes that I've enjoyed more than any other over the previous 6 months. So I do this twice a year because I know that that's kind of really the ballpark where my taste might change. It accounts for whatever season we're in. So I like doing it this way because usually when I do these videos, there's a combination of perfumes that are like perpetually in my top 10. And then I might rank them a little bit differently according to that particular time. But then there's always some perfumes that are new and of that time that make the top 10 just because like I am really enjoying exploring them and I have an infatuation with them. And sometimes they stay in that top 10 and they're a forever love, and other times the affair only fizzles out and they're never to be seen again. So I've got a top 10 this time where I've done something different. In the past, if you've watched some of these videos before, you will know that I limit it only to bottles that I own. So I never include samples and decants that I have in my rotation. But what I've done this time around is I've actually included a couple of decants that over the last 6 months I've really kind of just loved wearing them. And I figured it makes sense because when these decants are finished, I will definitely be getting bottles of these particular perfumes. So this time around, in my current favorite top 10 perfumes, I have 2 decants and the rest are all bottles that I own. So without further ado, I'm going to start off counting back 10 to 1. Again, I love these literally equally, and it's really just a moment in time where I'm able to sort of rank them and put one on top, but the top 5 is almost interchangeable. At number 10, I have Parfum d'Empire. Now, I have 3 bottles from this brand, but this, which happened to be a blind buy, has kind of leapfrogged the other 2 bottles that I have. It's Musk Tonkan, and it is just literally my favorite floral musk. The perfumer, this one's Marc-Antoine Corticchiato, who does pretty much all of Parfum d'Empire, Musk Tonkan. At number 9, the last time I did a top 10 video, this actually was at number 1, and I've spoken about it very recently, comparing it to its EDT cousin. This one is Eau Sauvage Parfum from the 2017 reformulated year. Nothing much to be said about it because I have talked about it quite a bit. I think this is a stunning all-round perfume. Okay, so now we get to the first of the perfumes that were decanted, and I'm very lucky to have a couple of friends who gave me decants of this perfume because otherwise I would have already bought it, but now I'm going to wait till I finish these. This is, I don't know if you can read that, but this is my little decant of Le Lion by Chanel. This is now probably, of all the Les Exclusives that I've tried, my absolute favorite. And it's also the most recent release in my top 10 as well. So this came out in 2020 and everything else in my top 10 came out before that. Just on a little side note, and I don't want to dwell on it too long, I've kind of developed this thing about trying not to buy any new bottles, that, particularly from sort of overhyped perfumes from the last 12 months or the last 18 months, because I like to see how the hype rolls on or whether it dies down. And then if people are still talking about it in positive ways, then I'm more inclined to want to test it. Okay, this is one of my very recent acquisitions. Now, I got this last month, and it was actually a partial bottle that was sent to me from one of my subscribers, and I'm forever grateful for this because I had tried this perfume years ago and really, really liked it. And I'd essentially given up hope of finding it I think you can still buy it, but it's actually quite difficult to buy here. And it has been repackaged, and I'm not sure about reformulation, whether it smells the same as I remember. Now, the one I did smell was Ombre Fetish from Anik Gutel. In this particular bottle, they're now in different bottles. They might not have been reformulated, but I was so happy to be sent this bottle, and it's automatically in my top 10. It is, given the name, you would expect it to be an amber perfume, and there is that unmistakable amber accord, but on my skin, this one really pushes out this gorgeous oily leather that sits under the amber. I'm not sure how many other people get this from this perfume, but it's quite a dirty amber. It's spicy and very leathery as well. So it's Ombre Fetish from Anik Gutel. Here is one of my perennial top 10s. It's literally in every video I make a top 10 for, and it is none other than Habit Rouge EDT by Guerlain. It's one of two Guerlains in this top 10, so we're getting close to the top 5. I wonder what is going to be the other one. Habit Rouge, beautiful, classic perfume, and I will never be without it. This one has made my list. Now I can't remember if it was in my last list. Anyway, you probably, if you've been watching me for long enough, you know my love for this perfume. It is one of two Christian Dior's, along with the Eau Sauvage Parfum. This is the beautiful, mysterious, dark, spicy, woody Eau Noire, my favorite lavender dominant scent. This also has a beautiful coffee note that every time I smell it surprises me, only in the way that I never think about this as a coffee perfume, but yet every time I spray it on, that coffee note is just almost breathtaking to me, but never makes me think of this as a gourmand, if that makes any sense, because I've come to the conclusion I would rather drink coffee than smell like it. And even though it's got a beautiful coffee note, the fact that it's there with leather, with lavender, immortelle, a bit of licorice, it really sort of just boosts everything else. That's the beautiful Eau Noire. And we're getting into the top 4 now. Another perennial favorite of mine. This is from Caron Third Man. Absolute favorite, one of my favorite woody spicy perfumes. You'll notice there is a theme in this top 10. Woody spicy perfumes are having a moment with me right now. And this is just an absolute classic from Caron, and I hope may it never be discontinued. Le Troisième. Now we move to the second of my decants. It's in the top 3. It's made it to number 3. This is a definite bottle purchase for me once I'm finished. The pleasing thing about Hermes, I probably won't bother trying to let you read that. Hermes Odem from the 50s is that I have this decant, and it's from one of these bottles. It looks like the one on screen. And it's in my top 3, right? But I have had the chance to smell the current formulation or whatever you can buy now from Hermes, and I actually prefer that scent even more than this. So it's been my most worn perfume for the last 12 months. and I'm pretty sure I'll get through this decamp reasonably quickly, and wouldn't be surprised if I have a full bottle before the end of the year. That's Eau de Hermes from Hermes. At number 2, a perfume that I have had now for quite a long time, probably longer than most of the ones I've got here, except for the number 1 perfume. This is from Olfactiv Studio, Woody Mood. It's been in my collection for quite a long time now. I don't think it's ever made a top 10 list that I've done, but this just continues with every single wear just to sort of enhance its reputation in my eyes and my nose. It just never fails to disappoint me when I'm never fails to make me happy, not disappoint me, never fails to make me happy when I wear it. It smells fantastic. It just keeps getting better. Each time I wear it, I find new nuances in it. This is like Eau Sauvage Parfum. This is really versatile. I find I can wear this most times of the year. And it's just a unique scent. It's from one of my favorite perfumers, Bertrand Duchefort. And I highly recommend you try it if you're trying out Olfactiv Studio. At number 1, a perfume that I have had for a long time. It's kind of back to the future with me with this one. This was actually the first Guerlain that I ever liked and also purchased a bottle of. It was my, so before that, I had not tried any other Guerlain. It is none other than Heritage EDT. I've loved this for a long time. It's always taken the back seat to other perfumes that were sort of the flavor of the month with me. But this consistently, especially over the last 6 months, every time I've worn this, it's in particular, the dry down is just amazing on Heritage EDT. So that is my updated favorite 10 perfumes that I'm wearing, that I've been wearing over the last 6 months. In another 6 months, I'll do another one. There'll probably be some from here, some new ones, who knows. But I'm glad that hopefully you found this interesting, and I'm glad you're watching, and I'll see you guys all later. Please leave any comments or questions down below and I'll be happy to reply to them. Otherwise, I'll see you soon. Bye.